Get ready to rumble. It's unlike anything you've seen before. The Outsiders, now on Broadway. The Outsiders, nominated for 12 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. Here's Paul Wontorek.
This was a really complicated season.
Yeah.
There's a lot of musicals on Broadway.
Yeah.
There are a lot of acting
Yeah.
choices for all of these categories. But actually finding out that morning, can you just like sort of give me the nugget of emotions there?
I wasn't watching
Right.
because I just didn't expect to get a nomination. And so I got a call and I opened it and they're like, hey, there's a nomination for you. And I was like, for the show? And they're like, no, for Best Supporting Actor. I jumped up in the air. I ran around my apartment like 50 times. I called my mom and I was like, can you please just read this list just to make sure I'm not delusional? And she was like, your name is on the list, honey. Your name is on the list. And I just freaked out.
It's a really special show because there's something, it's not very like musical. Like
Right.
it's not really like telling people to love it.
Right, exactly.
It has a lot of confidence to
Yeah.
it. How do you sort of describe that and what's happening in the theater every night?
I kind of feel like we're in a terrarium and we're existing and acting for each other. And I'm never like putting my chest out to the audience.
Right.
I'm sort of just being Johnny and being Sky and listening and answering to Josh, Boone and Brody or whoever I'm with. And I think that it's rare that musicals ever do that. Ask you to lean in instead of making audiences lean back, which
Yeah.
is the kind of musicals I like to do.
Do you feel like you're now being welcomed into
Yeah.
a different part of the club?
I
And
feel like it's the next level of theater. I feel like the young boys are coming in and we're putting our foothold in it and making our own name and just shaking things up a little bit, which I think is a beautiful thing to happen.
what does it mean for you to like actually have that pin? Not everyone knows they're getting a pin, but you're officially a Tony nominee.
Yeah, I haven't dissected that yet. I think in the interim, I just hope it means that somebody really felt something.
Yeah.
Because you never really know that, and this is maybe a sign or witness towards that, and I'm stuck a little bit. I'm appreciative, I'm grateful, I'm humble, Yeah, I just hope people are feeling things. I just want new, I want fresh, I want further, I want more, I want deeper,
Yeah.
and I feel like this show offers all of that,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful that it feels like that's being received.
You are fantastic in the show.
Thanks.
And you are totally pulling off the greaser thing. I know you said greaser on your fist. I love it. But at the end of the day, I also know that like if I met Brody 10 years ago, like nerdy theater boy, like major nerdy theater boy. So talk about like that boy reacting to like if he's like got like a snapshot of us sitting here right now and you're a Tony nominee in front of this.
That dude would probably faint. He would probably just faint. Yeah, and you know what's beautiful is I look back at that kid who never had grace for himself, didn't know how to give himself credit, and deeply insecure. And to get to look back at that kid now and say, hey, just keep going. It's just a beautiful thing to reflect on, because theater at that time for me, just like for Ponyboy, movies and art is an escape for him. That was my escape, Yeah, so it's just the gift that keeps on giving, and to be a part of this community, couldn't ask for anything better.
Do you feel emotionally connected to this character? And can you describe maybe what about this role do you think really clicked with you?
I'm a kid that didn't have the best childhood, and I felt so alone in that. I felt like I couldn't talk about that, and I felt like just isolated. And so when I read The Outsiders, I saw myself in Johnny, and I was like, this character is me, And then the more I dug into it, and obviously now doing the Broadway show, the more people I met that had similar childhoods. So I think it's an important thing to not forget the kids that are in the shadow.